and gentlemen, welcome back to
I
Pillars of
shall.
Eternity with Track 2. So, last episode we were asked to retrieve a stolen scroll from essentially the local library, which is perfectly fine. We're here in Stormwall Gorge because the thieves were apparently headed towards... Ooh, you have money. Value 3 copper. Okay, so 3 copper pieces. So this is basically 96 gold, and then 96 coppers, and then winged helmet. Those spring berries, and what do we got here? Barath spell. What else do we need to have here? Ooh, a lioness. Maybe we can back off here. Let's look this way. A lion. I think we can take. Whoa. Okay, that's a lion and a lioness. You. Blast him. You. See if you can knock him down. Alright, you, why are you in, you know what? What else, what tricks do you have? Anything we can use? No. Do you have anything, do you have any useful abilities? Prayer against it. Okay. There, see if you can do that.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Okay. Well, that helped a little bit. Excellent. We've toasted the lion. Aha!
I'm here.
So we can take out the lion. Hang on, did he just graze her for... Yeah, he grazed her for 2 damage. Okay. Okay. Killed that lion and... Right. Somebody level up? No. Got a couple of lion pelts.
I'm here.
Let's save game just in case we die in a second.
Of course.
Matter. Let's see what we can do. Okay, 2 lions. You. Knock that one down. You. Knock that one down. There we go. Well, that didn't really do too much good, did it?
How may I help?
No, never mind. Just going to have our ranger provide support, but it turned out to be totally unnecessary. There we go. So, we made bestiary progress, which is good.
Indeed.
Pilgrim's Crown, yay. Alright. Nothing else up here. It's kind of depressing. Hang on. Let's see what happens if we try an even world map. Nothing, because apparently we're in the wrong side of the map. Alright, let's head back down this way, and if we can go fast, that would be nice. Yeah, I'm actually kind of enjoying Pillars of Eternity. I mean, it's no Baldur's Gate, but wrong button. I'm holding shift to look at things. That's turned totally to work. Let's save game here. We'll save over this one. Yeah, because we did in fact succeed. What's down? Ooh, path here. Hiravasa. Hello, good sir. Chewing on a piece of uncooked meat, a small Orlan dressed in tattered leathers offers a mumbled greeting and waves his hand. Despite his pleasant smile, the upper right portion of his face is in a sorry state. An eye patch stitched with a stylized eyeball wraps around his head. His ear is a mangled remnant that twitches and spasms while the other ear perks up at your approach. Next to him is the splayed carcass of a deer that appears ripped open by a bear or wolf.
If this is your deer, you need a new game warden. Name's Haravius. Hungry? I can't eat all this. First catch of the day, help yourself.
I'll have a bite.
Great! You can have the best part.
He puts his foot against the deer and with a wet ripping noise yanks free a length of rope-like flesh as long as he is tall.
Eat up!
Eat it.
Gods no! Don't eat it! I assumed you realized I was being a churlish ponce. I applaud your bravery, but unless you've a cast iron stomach, I don't recommend eating the feces tube.
What killed the deer?
One ornery Stelgar. Though looking at the deer's insides, it had a malformed but delicious heart, and would have been dead within the year regardless. Gallowayne chose a fitting end for this fine animal. Pardon me, I shouldn't pray with my mouth full.
What brings you here?
Other than the delicious venison, new trees to document, new animals to sketch, new sights to be seen. I've learned as much as I can from the druids of my circle. I'd rather wander and learn than take root and stagnate.
Indeed.
So if you're traveling to Dyrwood and need another set of hands, I'd welcome the safety of a group.
A druid's assistance would be welcome.
I'm trained by the celebrants of Hawk and Ivy of the Fisher Crane tribe. I know more than my share of nature magic, and, well, I don't shy away from a good fight.
Excellent.
I
Welcome
have
to the
business with the druids that live near Twin Elms. So long as we find ourselves there eventually, I'm happy to follow along.
Sounds like a
Splendid!
plan.
It'll be an honor to run with the pack for a change.
Oh, I like this guy already. Huzzah. Anybody want to chat? No?
Yes?
Okay. Let me save game. Just, if I seem to be a little obsessed with saving game, it is from many years of terrible, terrible accidents.
I shall.
With not saving games. Hello? This appears to be a thing. Right. I have no idea what that means. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. Hello? Can anybody do
Easy
tracks?
now.
Anybody? No? The starlight illuminates a pattern in the ground. You kneel to get a better look. The stone here has been carved with a few simple shapes. A small circular indentation marks the center, and a much larger circle surrounds it. You see what appears to be writing above the two circles. Examine the writing. Characters are completely foreign to you, no doubt the remnants of some long-forgotten language. Examine the outer circle. Several shapes have been carved along the outer ring, though most have been worn away. You can make out a crescent above the center. Okay, I can see a sun there. Examine this. Look at the circular indentation. This indentation is shallow and smooth. It looks like it was intended to hold something specific. Alright, well let's leave because we clearly don't have the center thingy. Orland's cradle. Hello. Well, it's hostile, so let's kill it. Oh, there's two of them. Ooh, what can you do? You are the druidy wizard. Autumn's decay. Okay. Blizzard. Oh, that's, okay. Burst of summer flame. Uh-huh. Conjure lesser blight. Firebrand. Ooh, shiny. Hold beasts. Insect swarm, yes. Taste of the hunt. I like it. Wood skin. Yes. Can we catch everybody with that? We can. Fantastic. There we go. What are you armed with anyway? You have a fine spear or a fine wand? Tell you what. You knock that one over, and you knock that one over. Yes. I freaking love that ability. Give it a smack. Oh,
Need something?
give us an enemy.
This
ally.
isn't working!
Right. Stop it. Yes, hit it with your sword instead. You two idiots want help? Yes. Haha! Success. Right. More wood.
Indeed.
Got wood? Yes. Yes, we do.
I shall.
Oh, I gotta tweak my formation. Right. You can go here, you can go there. There we go. And there's literally nothing about
The better part of valor.
any of this. Okay. Where's my map? Alright, so let's head this way, see if we can get anything down here. I don't know if there's... Ooh, no, okay. Ah, we appear to be on the edge of the gorge. Ah, this is gonna form a bridge. I just happened to realize, hey, we're on the edge of a gorge, so that'll naturally either form a bridge or form stairs that will let us go down into the bridge. Into the bridge? Into the gorge. Nope, probably a bridge, because this is a path down into the gorge. Hang on. You are... No. Mr. Priest, do you have any ability that will allow us to... Health? Heal? No. Just endurance, regenerance. So... Nope. Okay. You're the worst priest ever. Oh, I was gonna save the game. Yep. Save again. We ain't dead. We aren't dead, so that's always a good sign. And okay, apparently there's nothing to be done here. Right, let's get up here. And fast mode. Thank you. We do have our stronghold. We have 1,000 gold. Western Barbican. That's just Bailey, huh? Ooh. Library. Aha! Let's do that. Apparently there's a command console, and I have discovered, which I have discovered. To Dyrwood Village, then. Yeah. Frankly, I'd be happy to get out of the rain. Athletics is used to perform actions like climbing, swimming, and jumping in scripted interaction. Classes like fighters and barbarians start with a bonus to athletics. Well, that's helpful. Have to, let me check our character record here. Yeah, 10,000 experience, so it's gonna be a bit. New map discovered.
Or whatever happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. Nope. You had it right.
What's up here? Hello? Did we... Until we find her, so keep your eyes peeled. What are we looking for? Hello? An elf idles by the road, watching the village across the river. He nods as you approach, and the cowled figures standing near him fall silent.
Good day, stranger.
Yeah, right. Greetings. A look of horror slowly forms on his face. Blazes, you've just come from the village, have you? How bad was it? How bad was what? You haven't heard. There's a murderer on the loose. Said to have gone mad with grief and strangled a dozen healthy children when her own was hollow-born. We've come all the way from Defiance Bay to bring her to justice. She's here? He nods across the river. She's hiding out in the village. We'd go in after her ourselves, but the problem is she knows our faces. There's no telling what she'd do if she saw us coming, and we'd like to avoid any further unnecessary bloodshed. Her name's Nefri. She's in Orland. We want to get her out of town so that we can deal with her cleanly. She knows we're looking for her, but if someone were to convince her that it's safe to leave... okay. I could draw her out. No, she won't know you. It'll be simple. Alright. Find nature. Alright. Something feels off here, but... The word traveler, I only require a moment.
Yes?
Stuck with you.
How do you do?
You've recently come to Dyrwood, I take it. I don't suppose you saw a young elven noblewoman on the road. I'm stuck in this wretched place with the rest of my unit until we find her. Who is she? Lady Alice. She's the daughter of Lord Nestor Herond, and she's gone missing. Perhaps you could speak with Lord Herond at the inn. He'll be grateful for the assistance, and it could be the villagers will open up to you more than they have to us. Okay. I don't suppose that Nifri's house is... Oh. Well, that was easy. I love a... Excuse me. I just love an easy quest. I mean, yes, I enjoy quests like Blood on the Ice from Skyrim, where everything's just sort of unmarked. The woman looks briefly through you as if she doesn't know you're there. This could end in a fight. Let's save this, because grieving mother. This middle-aged peasant woman is dressed in a brown leather cloth draped down to her knees. Her hands are working at separate, stringy, colorless vegetables in a pile before her, stripping the heads off the long fiber stems with a paring knife. She discards the stems one by one, placing the heads of the vegetables into a small cradle-like basket in front of her. She doesn't greet you as you approach. You're not sure she even knows you're there. Excuse me. The woman doesn't respond. She keeps stripping the heads of the vegetables with a steady rhythm. She may be deaf. There's no indication she heard you. Study the woman. At first glance, she seems nothing more than a middle-aged woman, unremarkable, maybe less stern than most, who seems more focused on the weaving in her lap than her surroundings. Yet you suddenly notice she's not stripping the vegetables before her any longer. She's weaving, and the vegetable pots are now missing. Well, this is not good. She still pays you no mind, her brown locks torn and snagged from lack of washing, like many of the townfolk you've seen. There is a strange blur to her. I should slow down. Even the motions of her hands seem to be playing with threads that lack color, in a shape that lacks interest. It may be that she's half-minded or deaf, but something feels wrong. As you watch her, her knitting takes on an odd cadence, and you have a terrible suspicion that something lurks beneath what your eyes are showing you. Focus on the woman. Her brown hair is long, almost impossibly to the length of her hands. As you follow the streams of her locks downwards, the hairs become long and black, splitting off into threads of black and silver wrapping around her hand. She's some sort of horrible monster. She's forming a soul cradle with the threads, braiding a net in front of you, each finger long and sharp like a series of knitting needles, almost hypnotic. The silver and black strands of her hair weave together, the silver predominating as highlight, the black shadowing it. And suddenly you are calm. You are on a plateau, almost the height of a tower, several stories high. The plateau is like a table lying beneath a clear sky, and beneath the plateau surrounding it in all directions, a forest, hazy with mist, although whether it is actual mist, or distance, or a recollection. Resting in a curve of a natural arch above you is a great copper bell, half again the size of a man, hanging at attention, as if looking down on you and the event unfolding before you. Well, there's a lot of reading in this game. The plateau has soaked in the sun, and the rock beneath you is rough and warm. The sky forms a cradle around you. You feel different. Not disembodied, but you feel your body. Your physical contours have changed along with the surroundings. You hear a soft series of chimes, like wind chimes. At the sound, the scene gains color and texture, as if the sound is beckoning you gently forth, filling your senses and thoughts like mist rolling softly into a sealed chamber. And focus on the chimes. The chime coaxes you deeper into the memory, and you're certain it is a memory, a warm one. You are on the stone of the plateau, your knees on the warm texture of the ground, silver, white, shimmering like Adra. The plateau is formed of it, glistening in the sun. You can feel the heat on your skin, your wrists, and your hands. Your hands are in motion. Weaving, not thread, but gathering, tenderly, moving along the first movements of Barath's wheel. Your hands are wet, your hands are upon the flesh of a newborn child, and you can feel the crowning of a tiny head, turning in your grip, its head slick, wet from the womb. The hands you are wearing, inhabiting, have done this many times, and they are practiced and confident. You can feel distant pains in your own head as the head emerges, a stream of fluid from the womb helping the newborn slide forth, and a woman's labored breathing crying out. Focus on the child, the movement of your hands. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear, cutting through the haze of memory. You cannot see where they are coming from, but they are close, and they are meant as a comfort. Of that you are certain. Draw the child forth. Coaxed by your hands, every movement causing the chimes to sound again. Almost eagerly, the child comes forth, and as it does, your hands are in motion, weaving, moving along the length of a soft, wet rope. No, an umbilical cord from the legs of the naked woman before you. You are holding a small child, still wet from the womb before you. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the ringing chimes echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you were viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there, it is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the chimes echo the movement, and you realize the chimes are hanging from cords on your wrists, and where they once echoed in your memory, they are now echoing in the child's mind as well. The chimes are intended to welcome the child, to be its first gentle greeting into the world, a soothing sound guided by the tender motions of your wrists. You are helping to weave its thoughts, its perceptions in the experience. The woman laughs with ragged joy, laughing from a parched throat. Her emotions seem soothed, but the physical demands of labor have left her exhausted. But the child is here, the child is safe, and all atop the plateau is peaceful, calm, distant, flattening out as the memory persists. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. There is no pull, no anchor, yet the sound of the chimes remains. As they existed in the memory, they sound here as well, and they are hanging from the woven braids on the wrists of the woman before you. Even as your head is spinning from the touch of her mind, the sound of chimes on her wrists is sharp and clear, as if coaxing you back into the real world. The woman still sits before you, but she is nothing like what you first saw. She is wearing black, shredded garments that drape over her form like streamers. Her hair is streaks of black and run through with silver. Her age is almost impossible to tell. She simply feels old, like a crumbled watchtower. As she lifts her face to you, you see that her hair is draped across the front of her face like a veil. What you first saw of her was a mental glamour of some sort, unconscious, and you realize that what you see is not what the world sees, and that you are perhaps the first to see her true self. Still, you don't sense the threat in the realization. If anything, you feel a sense of relief from the figure. You can hear her thoughts, and she's glad at last to be seen. Who are you?
I am seen, but the eyes of others do not remember. You were the first to see me as I am, the call stripped aside.
Ah. There's a light touch on your mind, a caress, and her left hand mirrors the motion of the touch, reaching up to the air between you. You hear the chime on her wrist sound softly. Her hand moves as if pantomiming, resting on your cheek at a distance, and she speaks softly and slowly.
Your memories. A cadence of wheels on a caravan track. Fever. Questions by running water. Violence in a night's campfire. Arrows in the dark. And fleeing. Falling rock and cracking stone. And a storm. The storm. The storm that brushed you. Did its screaming wake you from your mind's cradle? Your memory of it is painful. Its cry is difficult to ignore. It's like a child. Many children crying out.
I encountered a bivouac, yes, and it did something to me. Her hand withdraws shyly, the chimes sounding softly once again. The woman stands, uncertainly, as if she has been sitting for some time, or is too weak to bear her own weight. You notice her cheekbones are tight, her face gaunt, yet while her stance is weak, she seems determined to stand before you.
You are able to see me.
It is almost a question. You suddenly realize she doesn't seem to know what you saw when you looked at her, the image on the plateau, yet the image was so clear, so sharp, you're surprised she didn't feel you there.
To see me is a rare gift, a watcher's gift.
Wow, okay. Never been able to do that with a living person, except with you.
So many questions, thoughts whirling like storm winds. That storm still roars through you, deep beneath your thoughts, yet muted and secret, like an underground river. I cannot tell if it is carving new channels, or eroding what keeps your true strength buried. The fact that you could hear it at all, survive it, is something few have ever done. Your power will grow stronger with each soul you touch, as it allowed you to reach out to mine.
There's silence, and although it seems to last for but a heartbeat, in your thoughts it stretches out between the two of you, like a pull between your minds. You blink, take a breath, and realize she wants to ask you a question, yet can't form the words, as if assembling them is painful, or there are simply not enough pieces. Oh good. Do you wish to travel with me? You feel a wave of fear, gusted with the strength of relief, although oddly her expression does not change. I think we're at our party capacity, though. Then fear dissipates, and you feel strength and certainty, as if the plateau from her memory lies beneath you, and a calm sky looks down upon you. Oh. What's this? Ah. So we gotta ditch somebody. She's a cipher? Okay, I have no idea what a cipher does.
You walk your path, I'll walk mine.
Yeah, you're turning out to be not that helpful, so buzz off. We should head back to the... Okay, so what can you do? Hello? Oop, not the... Eye strike. Mind wave. And whisper of treason. Okay. Mind blades, phantom foes, and recall agony. Who are you? Random villager. Okay.
Your will, Watcher.
Not that. There we go. Winfrith's Arms and Armory, huh? Trigill's Curery. Dina's Apothecary. Right. Let's see if we can find this other woman that we're looking for. Well, not you. A ledger lies open on the desk. It lists purchase and sale for for amounts of... Alright, let's try that again. Purchase and sale amounts for various alchemical ingredients and concoctions. Okay. Well, that's not where we need to be. Let's head for the inn. I hope that's on my headphones. I hope that's my...
Indeed.
Oh. Potions for sale.
Adair.
Oh. Young woman leans against the wagon. One arm and one side of her face are covered in bandages with raw, rippled flesh showing underneath. A minty, tangy scent wafts from her dressing. She smiles painfully. Just ventured into town, about dry on some of my stocks, but you're welcome to have a look-see. How'd you get burned? By the flame. How bad does it look? Terrible, I knew it. Looks like it hurts. That's a mighty soft way of putting it. I've been keeping an eye on a drake's nest east of town at Dyrwood Crossing. The beast stayed just long enough to lay a clutch and moved on. Thank the Sky Mother it wasn't a full-grown dragon. She looks at her bandaged arm and grimaces. Fresh eggs are much more useful than ones that get passed between merchants or left in nests for weeks or more, and that clutch looked to be at its peak. Thought I'd see about getting an egg, but I didn't realize so many of them had already hatched, or that young worms were so territorial. What's so special about these eggs? They're one of the strongest tonics known to Kith. If you leave out Carogolan, of course. Not saying anyone should take that. Yeah, we're gonna end up taking that at some point. But dragon eggs are known to make Kith bold, purposeful. Some even think they'll protect from biowax. She shrugs. All I know is that everyone's pining after potions made from dragon eggs. But the damn roads can't reach none of my suppliers, so I'm stuck with whatever I can scrounge up in the wood. Direcap, riverweed, and the like. I could get an egg for you. She keeps her gaze steady, but you see hope kindling in her eyes and twitching at the corners of her mouth. I sure hope you're not leading me on. I don't think I could stand getting burned again. She bites her lip. If you really mean to go after it, I'd certainly pay you. Just remember, big as they are, dragon eggs are fragile, and there's a lot more I can do with a whole one.
Hail and well met.
Anything else I can do? Handy ointments if you're braving the roads. What's wrong with the roads? He says, stupidly. Brigands, looters, you name it. The gods may be hollowing out our babies, but it's grown folk that's rubbing out the rest of us. People are scrambling to Defiance Bay because they hear there's healthy births there, and all those refugees in abandoned homes attract desperate sorts like flies on dog shit. Show me your wares. Sure she steps aside. Sure thing. The shelves of her cart contain jars, vials, and bundled paper packets. Binding copper? These tight coils of gleaming copper are typically found in conjunction with adra, where they effect peculiar changes. Right. River reed. Huh. So she's got a lot of ingredients. Can we tell anything useful from our stash? Ingredients. Here we go. We sort by sell value. Yeah, I don't actually want to sell anything. Alright. Right. Oh, let's have
Hail and well met.
looking for an Orlin named Niffer. I did see an Orlin lady headed into the Dracogen the other day. She points across the road at a large building. Don't know what her name was, but she was acting real sneaky-like. Farewell. Aha! Addendum added to cat and mouse. Lord Barath. Okay. As suspected, we're heading to the end.
Need something?
Come over here. And... oh, okay. He's
Yes?
looking for the elf. Okay. We will deal with that eventually. Orlins tend to stand out by being
Of
slightly
course.
shorter than everyone else.
I just want to find her. Surely even you can understand that.
We're decent folk, my lord. Perhaps you should leave and check the wilds.
There's Lord Harand. Let's have a word with him. The man wears Hydra-style robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, yet they're caked with mud. He yanks at a lock of hair twined around his silk-gloved finger. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
Ow. Well, what's up with that? My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her.
Your child is missing, I take it?
Yes, Lady Alice. My daughter.
He tugs at the fingertips of his gloves.
I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
He says, looking at the man carrying a door for a shield. My lord, a merchant... Harand raises his hand to silence the man. If you find her, he nibbles the thumb of one silk glove. Tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my child, is safe. Nothing in the world is more important to me. I'd like to ask a few questions, like what does she look like? Describe. Thank you. She's a striking young woman. Bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 now. Tell me about her disappearance. We'd stopped in Dyrwood for a few days. On our fourth evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Elise was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple of hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go, and no one at the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but we've yet to find a clue, and the locals have been no help. Why'd you come here? It was merely a stop along the way to Ina's Rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. what's in Ina's rest? He frowns as if about to protest, but he gives in with a sigh. Lady Elise has reached an age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. Where's the rest of your family? Surely they wouldn't want to miss your daughter's betrothal. Lady Haran is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid, and unfortunately, Elise has few other close relatives. My sister and her husband, Elise's aunt and uncle, of course, have been visiting Ida these past months. And as for siblings, Elise has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn, since Elise, that is. I see. Bye. Right. I want to see. It's not the full screen I wanted. Is it? Intellect. We only have 10, and I don't believe there's anything we can do to boost that. That's survival. Okay.
Yes?
Alright. Well, if we can't find her, hopefully we'll level up. Let's go upstairs. Maybe we can find something in her room. Ooh, we've gone way over time. Right. Let's... The Orlin hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, her hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? Someone told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess, was that someone named Medreth? She draws her stiletto. It's a lie, plain and simple. I got on the wrong side of his employers and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. Relax, I just want to hear your side of the story. Please don't try and kill me. What story? The Dominals came after me already. I just happened to rob the wrong place. How was I supposed to know they'd already claimed it? She runs her hands under her hood and through her hair. It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now. If you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please, help me get out of here. Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. She nods slowly. Alright, I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some more time. She follows the hooded figures towards the stairs, giving you a final uncertain glance as she passes through the door. Okay. Well then. Step in here. Any loot? Oh.
My thoughts will be as silent as my feet.
Hello. I'll take that. Thank you. Okay, right. Alright, yeah, with that, I'm going to end the episode here. And next time we will continue on distracting Medrith and looking for the Lady Elise, who we will probably not find. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Bye.